Resemblances I'm planning.
Good morning, guys. Can everyone hear me?
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Teacher Debbie. Nice to hear you.
Nice to hear you. Just 1 second. I'm just trying to fix my camera.
Okay. Hi, guys. Nice to see you guys after the holiday, hey? It was such a long
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, can you all hear me fine?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, guys, just to introduce myself to Savannah. Good morning, Savannah. I am Teacher Bushra, and yeah, we're very excited to have you in our school, and we hope you enjoy your time here.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. So, guys, before we start, can you guys tell me a little bit about how the holiday was? A very long break. Yes, and where do you want to tell me?
It was good.
It was
I
good.
played a lot of games.
Oh, that sounds fun. You had a good time.
Yeah. And we went to Mall of Africa.
More of Africa. That is close by to where you live, hey? Okay. Nice and pretty. And what about you, Daniel?
It was a ratchet.
What did you do for fun?
I went to the zoo.
You went to the zoo. Was it the Joburg Zoo?
Yeah, yes, the Travis.
Okay, fine. Okay, so guys, today we're going to be touching on some maths, right? So we're going to be doing geometry in maths. Savannah, can you tell me if you've touched on that this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're going to test that as well. And we're just going to start with the basics so that Ingrid and Daniel can also be in the loop. And then I'm going to test where you guys' levels are with that. So guys, just to mention for like the future. So yesterday was Teacher Gia introducing herself to you guys, and today is my turn. And then from then onwards, it's going to be Teacher Debbie teaching you guys for the remainder of the term. Yeah, so we just, sort of introducing her here and making sure that you guys are comfortable and you know the plan. And sometimes we may come on board to just have some virtual assemblies to get to know you guys a bit and see how things are going. Okay, so let's start with some maths. Oh, I hope my Google doesn't switch off because everything was on there. Okay, so while we wait for this thing to unfreeze, let's talk a little bit about what you guys know about geometry. Okay, guys. So, first things first. What do we call a three-sided shape? A shape that has three sides.
Triangle.
Yes. What do we call a four-sided shape?
Quadrilateral.
Good. I like that answer. So what do we call a five-sided shape? Starts with a P. Ingredient, Daniel.
Rectangle?
Rectangle, no. A pentagon. Right? A pentagon. So I'm going to take you guys through the names of the different shapes. We'll stop at about 9. 9 different sides. And then we're going to go into types of angles as well. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to close my window here just for a second. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. Right, so this is, I know we're starting from the foundation, so this may seem pretty basic for you, Savannah, and for you, Daniel, but I just want to, make sure that the foundations are good so that we can build, right? And then we get to quite complex stuff. So we see that a 5, let me just zoom into this. A 5-sided figure is called a pentagon. And then we have a hexagon, which is, let's count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. And then we have a heptagon. Those two words are sort of, you can get them confused, right? And heptagon has 7 sides. And then we have the octagon, and that has 8 sides. Can you guys think of something that, a word that starts with the letters OCT, like oct, and also has to do with something around 8?
Octopus.
Octopus. And how many legs does an octopus have? Or tentacles?
8.
Exactly, right? That's where it gets its name from. That's how you're going to remember the word octagon. I don't know about heptagon. Can you guys think of a name of something that has the word hept? I can't think of anything. Yeah, and so we stop at octagon. What do we call a 9-sided shape? Any idea, guys?
Ma'am, is it a nonagon?
Yes, good. What about 10?
A decagon?
Good. Okay, so we can stop at 10, right? Any more, I would say a polygon, right? So a shape that has more than 3 sides, we would say that it is a polygon. Okay, then those are 2-dimensional shapes, right, guys? So that means that if I draw it on a piece of paper, then it's just going to be a flat shape that you're going to see. But then we also have 3-dimensional shapes, like these over here. So we have a sphere, we have a cylinder, we have a pyramid. Where will you find pyramids?
In the desert.
In the desert, good. Which desert?
In Egypt?
In Egypt, well done. And then we have a cube. Can you guys think of an object that's a perfect cube?
A box.
Yes, a box. What else?
Battery.
Say again, Ingrid.
Batteries. Some batteries.
Batteries.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's an interesting shape for a battery. And what about a cylinder? What objects do we find in real life that looks like a cylinder?
A cup.
A cup, good. I don't think of that. That's the original one. What is the brand of crisp that's in a sort of cylinder shape?
Pringles.
Yes, Pringles. Do you guys like Pringles?
Yeah, I like the original one.
Okay. And then we have a cone, right? So like an ice cream cone and a cone that you see on the road sometimes. And then we have a rectangular prism. Okay, so
What is a birthday cone like that goes on your head?
yes, like a party cone, exactly. Okay, so now that we've familiarized ourselves with all the different 3D shapes and all the different 2D shapes, let's move on to angles. So for Danny and Savannah, this is not going to be new to you, but Ingrid, let's check your knowledge around this, okay? So where have you ever heard of angles before, Ingrid?
Yeah,
Okay, can you describe it to me? What is an angle?
like there's a corner. So
Yeah. Yes, exactly that, right? So when two lines come together, guys, it creates an angle, okay? And what do we use? What tool do we use to measure an angle?
I don't know the name, but it's like something with numbers.
And it has little degrees on it. It's called a protractor, right? It looks like this here. Okay, and you guys are going to use that probably this term if Teacher Debbie wants to do that with you guys. So for this lesson, we're just going to talk about the different types of angles. We're not going to measure any angles. So the first kind of angle we have is an acute angle, right? Think of like a cutie pie, a really cute little small pet, right? They're cute, and that's how I remember the word acute, okay? And this angle is the smallest angle from all of them. So that means that when two lines come together, they form a really small angle. I'm trying to think in real life, what could be an acute angle? I could make one. Yeah, so that's acute. And then we have a right angle. Okay, so this is where two lines come together perfectly.
Like a wall.
Yes, like the corner of a wall. Yeah, I think that pretty much describes it well. And then we have the obtuse angle, right? So obtuse is not acute, it's not tiny and small, and it's not a right angle, it's not perfect, right? The right angle is like the Mr. Perfectionist. But the obtuse angle is a bit larger than the right angle, as you guys can see. And then we have the straight line angle. So that means that all the way from here until here, we measure it. Okay, so straight line would be like the floor. The floor is a straight line angle, meaning that if you take a protractor and you put it on the floor, then it's going to be exactly 180 degrees. We'll talk about the degree amounts in a moment. And then we have the reflex angle, right? So the reflex angle is bigger than a straight line angle, but a bit smaller than a full rotation angle. And then we have the full rotation or revolution, which is 360 degrees. Yeah. And that is that. Did this go over your head, Ingrid? Or do you sort of understand that?
I understand.
Okay, I'm asking because this is a bit advanced for you. But yeah, I think we can still work with that. Okay, guys, so that's basically it. If you're confused about the angles, then you can always use your protractor. I always get confused with that word. And you can measure it on your own, right? Try to draw angles on a page and measure it. Measure how large it is, and you can compare them as well. Okay, so just to give a little bit of a warmer here into this, I'm going to add this on Google Classroom, but I'm not sure how you guys are going to do this. So you can print this out, or you can try attempt it on your computers. If you are successful with that, that will be really great. So this is basically a crossword, okay, guys? And you have to crack the code. So, for example, number 1 across says a shape with 4 sides where opposite sides of equal length are parallel and it has no lines of symmetry. I think this, Savannah, I want you to try it out, and Danny, I also want you to try this one, right? And Grady, you can, I'm not gonna make you do this one. It's gonna go over your head. I still need to teach that to you. So let me just post it on Google Classroom quickly. So if you see on Google Classroom, I've added a lot of documents. Please don't attempt all of them. I'll let you know what to do. So you are going to click on geometry crossword, right? So there's a crossword and then there are the instructions that you need to read to guess.
Ma'am, I think I may have to still be added to this Google Classroom because I'm only in the Afrikaans one.
Okay, thanks for reminding me. So Ngwedi, I'll give you a separate worksheet to do, okay?
Okay.
Your one's going to be it's going to be difficult, but a bit more easier than for Daniel and Savannah. Let me just send the link of this. Okay, Savannah, I'm going to send you the link now. So this is to the maths classroom. Oh, sorry, it's sent a million times.
Ma'am,
Yes.
when it was on the holidays, it looked like it was snowing.
Really? When was that?
Yeah.
Why is that, Ingrid? Was it hailing or something?
Yeah.
Are you talking about winter?
Yeah. It was like on the holiday.
On the holidays. Was it the holidays when it was snowing? Or did we have school?
Yeah. No, we didn't have school.
Oh, imagine we did. Would that be fun? You guys could show me the little...
There would be some background noise.
I doubt that.
The hail was hitting my mom's window.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so
it
Ingrid,
did.
I want you to look at the thing I sent for you. So you're going to complete the first activity. Okay, it's really simple, really easy. Let's quickly go through it. So you don't have to go in order of the worksheets, right? I didn't post it in order. So question 1 says a quadrilateral with 4 equal straight sides is called a. So you must look at the picture and see what it is, right? A quadrilateral is just a shape with 4 sides. So it can be a rectangle, it can be a square, etc. And then for the things that you don't know, I want you to research a little bit. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. But they should be fairly easy. It's like they want you to count how many rectangles there are and that sort of thing. So just edit the document. Savannah, are you in the class? Okay. Daniel, do you see the activity?
Yeah, yes.
Can I go get a blind key?
What? Can you go get a what?
Blind key.
Blind.
A blind key.
A blank key, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you see guys, the great thing about working online is you can, you know, get your hot water bottle and your blankie and, you know, feel really snuggled and warm, especially in the winter. Guys, if Daniel and Savannah, if you need help with the crossword, Google it. Don't ask me because it is a test, kind of, to see how well you know your shapes. Actually, let's go through this together. Just a few, right? Just to like see how you guys do with this. Okay, so just Daniel and Savannah, and then Ingrid, if you know something, then you can add to it, okay? So let's look at number 4. What is a kind of triangle that has 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles? This is a hard word. It starts with I. Okay, do you guys remember the 3 kinds of triangles?
Ma'am, I just know right angled and equilateral, and I know which one you're talking about, but I don't know the name.
Okay, equilateral is good. And then we have 2 more, right? So equilateral, let me actually draw it for you guys. Equilateral is where all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal, right? And then we have another kind of triangle, which is the one that they're asking for here. And only 2 sides and 2 angles are equal, all right? And this triangle has an interesting name, right? This name, you must remember this name, okay, guys? The name of this triangle is isosceles. Isosceles, it kind of sounds like Worcestershire sauce or something. Isosceles, right? And then the last kind of triangle is the very wonky one, right? This triangle follows no rules. So this triangle has all different sides and angles that are completely different from each other. So you can actually take notes of this, right? So those are the 3 kinds of triangles. Now, this is also a research activity. So if you don't know something, I want you to research it, or you can check one of the documents that I put on Google Classroom, where there's a lot of information there. Okay, next one. What do we call a shape with 4 equal sides and equal angles? Yes, Savannah.
A square.
Good. What do we call a shape with 8 sides in Ingwedi? It's like an octopus that has 8 tentacles. It's oct something.
Octagon.
Good. This one's interesting. A shape with 4 sides with the 2 pairs of equal sides. Okay, this one, let's ignore this one. This one you guys will have to research. A name of a triangle that has 190-degree angle. Yes.
Right angled triangle.
Good. The name of any shape with 4 sides, and it's not a square. It's sort of like Savannah, don't answer this one. I know you know this one. It's Ingrid and Daniel. It's like a quad bike. Have you guys ever been for quad biking? Okay, you need to go. It's really like an adrenaline rush. So a shape with 4 sides is a quadrilateral, right? Think about a quad bike, those really, masculine looking bikes that you can travel with in the country. So think of a quad bike for quadrilateral, all right? What do we call a shape with 5 sides? We went through this. Starts with a P. I don't know if it's, I don't know how to apply it in real life. What? Yes, Ingrid?
Oh, pentagon.
Good. You remember that. Well done. Can you guys think of a word in real life that has the word pent in it? Pent. Yeah, I can't think of anything, but if you do, then let me know. Okay, the name of any shape with straight lines. I think that's a polygon. Let's see if you guys remember. The name of a triangle with no equal sides and no equal angles. So it has to do with the word scale. So it's not up to scale at all. It's totally whacked. Okay, you guys will have to research that one. Ingrid, I want you to answer this one. The name for a measure of a ton measured in degrees. This is something where two lines meet and you use a protractor to calculate that thing. What is it called? You know this one.
Know it.
You do.
No, I don't.
You're the one who described it to me in the beginning of the lesson. Huh?
Like two walls?
Yes, when two walls come together, it creates a, what's this thing? It's an angle, okay? Okay, guys, let me know when you're done with that. Ingrid, you can start with one, just do one worksheet and then we can continue.
Okay.
So the Savannah and Daniel, if you don't know all the answers to this, it's not the end of the world. I just want to see where you guys are at with that. Ingrid, did you manage to find your activity?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Is it like that pink one? The pink one.
Yeah, it says geometry Ingrid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma'am, where has Asa been?
I don't know. Asa hasn't returned from last time, eh? But he's your friend.
Yeah.
You can check in with him.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
Did you ask him where he is?
No, not yet.
Yeah, you must ask him.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know why this thing is not opening. Can you see the activities in Gweri?
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I don't know. It's not happening, hey? Today my computer, out of all days, today my computer is being so nice to work with. Okay, there we go. Guys, I'm gonna give you a break in 15 minutes.
Even when it's break, I'm still gonna finish this.
Really, Gweri?
Yeah.
That's really interesting coming from you. Because like last time you just wanted to play your online games, and now this time it's interesting to hear that. I mean, it's fine, games are fine, but like that's new. Guys, when you're done, just message me on the group. Guys, you don't have to, if you're finding it difficult to edit the crossword, you can just answer the questions. Okay, thanks, Savannah. Daniel, how far are you? You are muted. Ingrid, how far are you? Okay.
On question 8.
Oh, that's good, Ingrid. Okay, guys, let's take a break. Go and like have a snack if you haven't had breakfast, which like why, but go and have something. And yeah, we'll be back at let's say 9:45. Okay, I will put it on the chat. And I will see you guys then. Bye. Ngweri, you're still here. Hi again, Tisha Devi.
Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, so how's your day going?
It's going well. I'm actually a lot more confident in teaching now. I don't know.
Lovely.
Yeah. It seems a little bit more relaxed and such. I've actually been working on the lesson to teach tomorrow. I'm gonna take on
Oh,
English, if that's okay.
lovely. But tomorrow we don't have school, so maybe Monday.
Oh, it's Fridays off.
Yes.
Oh, it's only Thursdays to Fridays. Oh yeah, I completely forgot.
Yeah,
Oh well then
so
Monday. Monday I will be more than ready.
lovely. Yeah, we have a long weekend, which is really nice.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think 5 days a week is just torture. So,
True.
we just have that Friday, Saturday, Sunday to relax and, so that Monday is
Yes.
fresh. Okay, so we'll chat privately soon. I'm just
Okay.
going to check with the kitties. Guys, are you back?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes,
Okay. So how was that crossword activity?
it was good.
Was there anything that you guys struggled with? Okay, so we're gonna check the crossword activity later on. Ingrid, how's it going for you? How was your activity?
It was good.
Okay, I'm going to mark that with you separately, but I just want you to work with us with this one. Okay, so this is like grade 7, 8, 9 work, but I think you're clever enough to understand this. Okay, so try to like open your mind, don't close it off because you can understand this. Everybody can. And yeah, guys, I think Savannah, you're also going to enjoy this because we're going to go in depth about this, right? So this is the foundation of geometry. This is what you're going to learn. You need to know until grade 12, okay? So if you know this, then it's just like building blocks for grade 10, and then you just keep adding. But this is basically what you're going to have to come back to all the time, okay? So let's start with triangles. We have 3 types of triangles. The first one is a scalene. What makes, let me test you guys first. So what can you guys tell me about the scalene triangle from what I've mentioned before? Why is it not proportionate? Like what's off about the scalene triangle?
Ma'am, only 2 of the 3 angles are equal.
That's another kind of triangle.
Sorry, ma'am, none of the angles are equal.
Right. None of the angles are equal and none of the sides are equal either, right? That's what makes it scalene. So think of a way to memorize this. I like to say that it's not like down, it doesn't have a proper scale. It's like, it's imperfect sort of, right? And then we have the isosceles. Ingrid, can you say isosceles?
Isosceles.
Good. So the isosceles triangle, right? It's more like this is like when you start primary school, this you're a scalene triangle, and then when you're in middle school, you become isosceles. Like things start making a bit more sense, right? So isosceles, the 2 sides are equal, and the 2 angles under the sides. So don't just make any angle equal. This angle and this angle are not equal. Thus, the angles underneath the sides will be equal. And then equilateral. So like how you want to be when you get to matric, you just want to know what you're going to do with your life and you're feeling good, right? Equilateral. So all the sides are equal and all the angles are equal to 60 degrees. You guys are welcome to take notes on this. You don't have to because it's all here, but it's a good thing to take notes. Because I'm going to test you on this with trivia when we are done. Do you remember trivia, Ingrid? Daniel, do you remember trivia?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I remember how I beat you guys last time. That I remember well. Okay, acute triangle is the first kind of triangle. So guys, what do you remember about an acute angle? It's sort of like a cute little animal pet that you have. What do you know about acute? Yes, Ingrid.
It's like an angle, almost like a roof.
Say again, almost like a
Roof.
roof.
Yeah.
Yes, it can be. It looks like a roof, right? So guys, acute means an angle that is less than 90 degrees, right? So this is a 90-degree angle. It's like the corner of your house. And then acute is slightly smaller, right? So acute can be like, it can be so tiny. It can literally be 1 degree, a 1 degree angle, or it can be 89 degrees, as long as it's smaller than 90 degrees. So you have the acute angle, and all the angles here. Danny, what do you notice about all these angles in the acute triangle?
There are different angles.
They're different angles. Are they
There
equal
are
to
different measurements.
Are they equal to 90 degrees?
Not.
Can you see they're smaller? That's what makes it acute. And then we have the right angle triangle. So guys, this one's an easy one, right? I'm just thinking, like, maybe you have a room in your house. It's very rare, but you can have a room that is sort of maybe like a Wendy house. So it's sort of a triangle like this. Okay, so in the corner of the room you have your right angle. And what kind of angles are these?
Acute angle.
Acute angle. Good, because they're cute, right? They're small. And okay, obtuse, you don't need to know. This is just like it. I don't really think it's important for you guys to know like acute, right angle, obtuse, triangle. But what's important is a scalene, isosceles, and equilateral. Okay. So take a mental picture of this, because I'm going to ask you trivia. Just scan your eyes and then let me know when you're ready to move on. And by the way, how trivia works is that if you guys don't know something, the point goes to me. That's why I win. Like, so easy to win. Don't even need to do anything. Okay, can I move on? I'll give you guys a minute. Danny, you can also take notes, okay? You can, guys, if you are taking notes, make it colorful, make it pretty. Use some highlighters, use some cookies if you have those.
Man, sometimes I'm tired when I like work.
What do you mean, Katie?
I get tired when I work
Why is that?
because yesterday I woke up at 6 a.m. Now today I woke up at 5 a.m.
Why so early?
I don't know.
What's making you wake up so early?
I think it's because I have a blocked nose.
Oh no. You must stay away from like dairy, okay? It's gonna help you. Grady, when you come to grade 9, you're gonna know all of this. It's gonna be a breeze for you. I hope you guys are taking notes like Savannah, because when I ask you the questions, you're not going to know, and all the points are going to go to me. Okay, guys, can I carry on? Okay. Okay, so let's see. Now we're going to talk more about triangles. There's just a bit more things we need to know about triangles. So when we're looking at the angles in a triangle, right? If this is my triangle and I take this angle plus this angle plus this angle, it equals to 180 degrees, right? So in an equilateral triangle, boys and girl, if I add all the angles, what will each angle equal to in an equilateral triangle? What should each angle equal to?
Equal to 60 degrees.
Yes, Savannah, good. Now, sometimes it's not always 60, right? Sometimes it just depends. So just say you have a triangle and this angle is 40 and this angle is, let's say 70, like a scalene triangle. What is this angle going to be equal to? You can use your calculators. It used to equal to 180, yes.
70 degrees.
Right. Right. What if I have 30 and 60? Yeah, 30 and 60 degrees.
Ma'am,
What
can
will
I
this-
say
Yes,
90 degrees?
good, good. So then this will make it a 90-degree triangle. Did that go over your head, Ingrid? Or is it making sense?
I don't understand it.
Okay. What you can do is you can continue with your worksheets, okay?
I already finished one.
Okay, do the next one, please.
Okay.
Okay, Danny, is this making sense?
Yes.
Okay, lovely. So guys, the next rule of a triangle, and I think this is there's just two rules you need to know about a triangle. Okay, the first rule is we call it the sum of interior angles. Okay, so that means what's an interior angle? Danny, what's an interior angle?
It's inside.
It's inside. What's an exterior angle?
Inside the triangle.
And what would an exterior angle be?
Outside the triangle.
Outside, right? So then we have the next rule, right? So the first rule is the sum of the interior angles are equal to 180. And it doesn't matter like what kind of triangle I throw at you. This will always be the case. Then the second rule, and this is a little bit complex, but I know you guys can get this. So let me just get my pen. Where's my pen? Right. The rule is the exterior angle of a triangle is equal to the sum of the interior opposite angles. I know it sounds so complex, right? It's just the way they're wording it. It's just a mouthful, but it's very easy. So you guys see this line coming out of the triangle. Now, any line can't make an exterior angle with the triangle, right? It has to be a particular kind of line. So let's say this is my triangle. Where are my lines? Okay, then if a line is coming out of this vertex, or coming out of this point, or coming out of this point, or this point, but it has to be in line with that triangle. It has to be like if I have to extend the point of that triangle, right? If it's a line coming out like this, that won't make an exterior angle. Just remember that. It has to be sort of like coming out of that triangle. Does that make sense, Savannah and Daniel? Okay, so just watch out for that in your papers, because not any angle makes an exterior angle with a triangle. It has to be extending from the point like that, or like the one that they have there, right? So this angle is the exterior angle, and let's see what is the rule for that. The sum of the interior opposite angles. Daniel, I want you to go ahead and take your annotate tool, take the drawing tool, and just mark for me in the triangle what are the two opposite interior angles from this angle outside. Yes, B is one of them. What's the other one? Yes, good, Daniel. So guys, does that make sense, right? So if you look at the exterior angle, this is it. And the opposite angles is A and B, right? Not C2. C2 is not an opposite angle. Okay. And if I take the sum of that, if I take A plus B, I'm going to get the value of the exterior angle, C1. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to take this down, please, in your books, just so that, just for remembrance purposes, you're going to take down the property, you're going to take down the, you can take down the illustration if you want, just a rough sketch of it. And the heading is properties of triangles, because this is going to come up over and over again. Ingrid, how's it going with you? Okay. I will check in with you in a moment. Let me just finish with Savannah and Dan. Guys, just checking in. How far are you guys?
I'm done.
Done.
Don't.
Okay. Please take a break, and you guys can come back at quarter to, is it 10 or 11?
11.
Yeah, quarter to 11. Okay. See you guys then.
not spam.
Hi guys, are we back?
Yeah.
How was your break?
That's good.
Good stuff. Okay, so Ngwedi, you've completed those worksheets, eh?
I think I don't remember if
You muted? Can you say again?
I don't remember if I did finish it, but I'm gonna check.
Okay, please double check for me, and then I'm just gonna help Danny and Savannah, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, but then so make sure you complete it nicely, submit it, and then when you're done, continue with the next two worksheets. Okay, Danny and Savannah. Let us continue with our very interesting geometry over here, hopefully. So guys, we're nearly at the end, right? So we're done the triangle rules, and now we are going on to straight line rules, or rather line rules. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 line rules that I need you guys to know, right? This is besides the parallel line rules, okay? So properties of lines, the first one is a complementary angle. So I'm just going to hide the information there. Can you guys tell me about complementary angles? What do you remember about that?
Ma'am, is a complementary angle two angles that equal to 90 degrees.
Very nice. And what makes it special? Is it just like two random angles separate from each other?
No, ma'am, it's two adjacent angles.
Good. Daniel, do you know what the word adjacent means?
Note.
Adjacent is something that's next to another thing. It's sort of touching. Okay, so like your house and your neighbor's house, if you share a fence, then you are adjacent to one another. The next type of angle, and if this is new to you, Daniel, just remember it's new stuff, right? So just be open to learning that. Okay. Savannah, did you say that it equals to 90 degrees?
Ma'am, for complementary or supplementary? What was the question again? Yes, ma'am, I said 90.
Okay. So that's another thing, right, guys? So the angles in a complementary setting are equal to 90 degrees. So they're basically, what kind of angles do they make them? They're smaller than 90, and when you add them up, you get a complementary angle, Daniel. What kind of angles will they be? Remember I said, think of a cute little creature to remember this word.
Acute.
Good, very good. Okay, the next one, the next rule, guys, is angles around a point, right? Now, this one, I swear, it comes up in most of your questions in geometry. And we forget about that, right? Because it's just so obvious, this rule, okay? But we forget about it. So the rule here is that if we have lines intersecting, what does the word intersect mean?
Ma'am, like coming together.
Good. They're coming together, they're meeting at a point, or sometimes they're even crossing each other. Okay. Daniel, if it is, if you don't understand, just stop me and I'll explain, okay? So that's what intersecting means. The lines cut each other, right? So if we have intersecting lines, or we have lines coming together, like these lines at a point, then if I add up all these angles, this angle plus this, plus this, plus this, it should give me 360 degrees. Okay, think about if you want to remember 360 degrees and what that looks like, think about the earth that rotates around its axis, right? It makes a 360 degree turn every day. Okay, that's how we have night and day. Right, then, so that's the second rule, angles around a point. The third rule, is the supplementary angle rule. So I know these are very big words. Sometimes it takes some getting used to, okay? But you're going to be repeating it so many times that it's just going to get natural. So supplementary means that if I have two angles that are next to each other on a straight line, they equal to 180 degrees, okay? So x plus y gives me 180. Another way to call this is angles on a straight line. Angles on a straight line equal to 180 degrees. And remember, they have to be adjacent. Daniel, do you remember what adjacent means?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
They're joined together.
Yeah, they're next to each other. Okay, vertically opposite angles. This is the last one, guys, that you need to know, right? Now, this is a very easy one. It's really fun when you get them. So vertically opposite angles are angles that are opposite to each other. And because they are opposite, they are equal. Now, there's a little bit of an exception to the rule here, right? And I'm going to show you guys why. So can you see how these two lines are perfectly cutting each other? They're perfectly intersecting, right? But if I have something like, trying to think, okay, something like this, then this angle and this angle is obviously not equal to each other, right? Because there's no line intersecting. I'm trying to think of a better example. Let me use this one. There we go. Okay, so guys, are the lines cutting each other here? Perfectly cutting each other? No. Okay, so we can't say that this angle and this angle are equal. They're not equal. And this are also not equal. So they have to be cutting perfectly. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to write down, make some notes on this, on the four angles. I'm going to send you a picture of that on WhatsApp. Write down the properties, and you can also draw the diagram as well. Let me know if you can see clearly. Okay, so that's what you guys are going to do in this time. When you are done, just inform me on the group. Okay, Mr. Ingwedi, how's it going?
Good.
You look like you're having fun there with your sunglasses, Ingwedi. So swag.
I also have my real glasses.
Oh, but, and where's your mustache today?
I removed it.
Why?
I don't like it anymore.
How come?
It's just, it feels weird, and then the camera kind of glitch.
Oh, I see. So are you going to dress up for Halloween for us?
I'm not sure. You'll see.
We'll see. Will it be a
Yeah.
surprise?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Can I test you on this to see how well you're done?
Oh, I just started this one.
Okay.
All the
Let's
other
just
ones
let me go through it with you, just so that I know that you're on the right track, and then you can carry on, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, question number one, a quadrilateral. What do you remember me speaking about this word, quadrilateral? What did I tell you guys to remember when I say the word quadrilateral? Something that you ride in the wilderness. Not a horse.
Quad. A quad bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what is a quadrilateral, which is a quadrilateral is a four-sided shape with four equal straight lines. So the one on the top, what shape is this? Savannah and Daniel, if I'm disrupting you, you can just mute me. It's a square. Good. Is a square a polygon? Now for this one, you have to research the word polygon. So quickly research that and tell me what you get. And then you're going to tell me, is a square a polygon?
No.
What does tell me the meaning that they say there? I want you to type in your Google search polygon meaning. Ingrid, did you get it?
No.
Why not?
I don't know.
Okay, let's research it together, okay? Polygon meaning. Okay, polygon. A plane figure with at least 3 straight lines, sides and angles, or 5 or more, right? So it has 3 straight lines. What shape has 3 straight lines? Joined together, obviously.
Pyramid.
A pyramid like, but a 2D of a pyramid is a triangle, okay? So a triangle and all the other shapes after that. 4-sided, 5-sided, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? All of those are polygons. So would we be right to say that a square is a polygon?
Yeah.
Why? How many sides does it have?
9.
A square, like this.
Oh, 4.
Good, good. Okay, next question. What do they want us to do here? Please fill in the blanks. Number 8 is something shape called a something. Okay, number 8. Count how many sides this shape has for number 8.
5.
And is it like what do we call a shape that has 5 sides? Starts with a P.
Pentagons?
Yes. Let's see how pentagons look in real life, okay? If you can think of an example, you can let me know. There's so many different things that can be a pentagon. For example, a soccer ball. This is a soccer ball, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Soccer balls have little pentagons on them. And then, like, have you ever seen a street sign that looked like this?
No.
Yeah, that's a pentagon. Okay. And then, have you ever been to the circus where you see this sort of tent thing?
I've seen it in Mr. Bean.
It must have been the cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also your house. Do you have a house that looks like this?
Yeah.
Really, Grady? I thought you live in an apartment.
And it's like my dad's.
Does your dad's house look like that?
Yeah.
What kind of house do you live in?
I live in an apartment, but on Friday, I visit my dad.
Okay. Do you like your dad's house more or do you like your mom's house more?
Probably my dad's house.
Why?
More spacious.
I agree. Houses are spacious. What is this thing here?
Tea bag.
Do you have tea?
Yeah.
How often do you have tea?
Not really.
Not really. What beverage do you enjoy?
Flavors.
Rooibos.
Yeah.
How often do you have that?
What?
Are you allowed to have coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, what is this over here, this pentagon?
A doghouse.
Do you own one like that?
No.
Okay, and then yeah. So can you see how there are so many pentagons in real life?
Yeah.
Maybe there are many more examples that you just need to think about. Even a diamond, right? A diamond can also be in a pentagon shape. Okay, next question. Number 7 is a shape called number 7. What kind of shape is this in grade? To know the kind of shape it is, we need to count the sides.
One, two, three. Wait. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What kind of shape has 4 sides?
I don't.
Think about a box. What kind of shape is a box?
Square.
Yes. Now, does this look like a square? Number 7.
Yeah.
Is it like, isn't it a bit wonky? Doesn't a square look a bit more straight like this?
Yeah, it looks like a pyramid, like in 3D.
Exactly, right? So do you remember what I told you about the word? It's a big word and we use it to describe 4-sided shapes. It reminds us of like quad bikes. Do you remember that word? It's a hard one, eh?
quadrille.
Okay,
Like a quadrille.
something like that. Yes, quadrilateral. Okay, quad.
Yeah.
Say after me, quadrilateral.
Quadrilateral.
Yes. Do you use the word literally?
Yeah.
Give me an example of how you use the word literally.
Like, let's say, like I'm watching a TikTok, and then like someone says it, and then I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Okay. Number 5. A quadrilateral has how many sides?
Oh,
Good. Number 6. Ooh, we're really zooming past these questions, Ingrid. The shape formed by putting the shapes number 4 and 7 together. Now for this one, we need to think, okay? If I put number 4, which is a triangle, and I put number 7 together, what shape is formed? So let's actually draw that. So number 4 is a triangle. And what kind of shape is number 7?
like a diamond one, but
Nice.
a little off.
Exactly. I like that observation. So it's sort of a diamond, right? But we call it it's a big word. Are you ready for this word? Okay, and I want you to say it for me. It's a parallelogram. Have you heard of that?
Parallelogram.
Yes, you got it. A parallelogram, right? It's basically like a rectangle, but it's slanted. So if I put this together, what kind of shape does that make? I put those two together.
Like a house.
It makes a house shape, right? But sort of like a house that you're gonna find in did you watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No, not yet.
Okay, you must watch it. Okay, it's very exciting. Did you read the book by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, he's very poor, right? And he has a house that doesn't even stand straight on its foundations. It's literally like falling down. Kind of reminds me of that. So how many?
Yeah. Like where there was snow.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think I've watched it.
You watched it.
Yeah.
Look at this. There's such a cool feature on Zoom. So I draw, and it vanishes. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I just realized this one, yeah. Okay, so how many sides does this shape have? Ignore the line in the middle. Just count the outsides.
5.
No.
Only 4?
Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. So what kind of shape is a 4-sided shape? What do we call it? With a cube. Reminds me of quad bikes.
I like dirt bike.
Quadrilaterals. Okay, number 7. How many squares in the diagram?
4. No,
4.
1.
Right. Okay. Oh, wait, I thought we were done. Number 8. The mouth of this face, the mouth, is formed by a, give the name of the shape. What kind of shape is this mouth?
Almost like a oval.
Very close to an oval, but is it a full oval?
No.
No, it's a semi-circle.
Oh. Oh, same sound.
Yes. Okay, question number 9. The gate in this picture is a shape of a what?
Triangle.
It's made up of triangles, but what's the whole thing? So we have squares and we have, what's this?
Rectangle.
Good. Okay, fun question. How many squares are there in this diagram? I need to count that myself. So I see 1 and I see
That's 2.
Do we see 2?
1, 2. This 7.
So we have this one here, right?
Yeah.
I don't see any other square. Do you?
Oh,
And then maybe the square itself.
yeah. I'm like the yellow and the blue one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What kind of shapes are the yellow and blue shape?
Like a pyramid.
Triangle.
Yeah.
Okay,
Triangle.
do you want a break or do you want to carry on with the worksheets?
A break.
You look drained. You sound drained. So take a break until 11:30, and then we'll keep it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Jen and Savannah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was not muted. So you guys heard my whole lesson. You weren't distracted. Okay. I would be like so distracted if I were you, but that's great on concentration. Love that. Okay, so do you guys want a break, like in Gweri, or do you want to carry on walking?
I have a break.
Okay. Okay, let's take a break until 11:30, and then we can continue. See you guys then. How's it going, Teacher Debbie?
It's going good. It's going well. Great.
Today was
Bukhara is
intense, eh?
observing. Sorry?
Today is quite intense with all the theory and stuff.
And the double lessons that you have to give. Well, not double, just separate.
Yeah. Yeah, it just depends. Like with maths, it happens because there's quite a big gap there between grade 4 and grade 9.
Grade 9.
But yeah, with the other subjects, you can sort of swing it. Like history and Afrikaans, English, you can sort of make a way.
When it comes to history, do they normally just learn South Africa's history?
It just depends. Like in the curriculum for grade 9, there is a large section on South African history. But obviously we'll chat about that, but you can, if you don't want to teach that, you don't have to, You can also go into like World War One or World War Two. Yeah.
World affairs, world matter affairs.
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, guys, are you back? Okay, Ingrid, you can continue with your work. Daniel and Savannah. So I'm gonna let you guys watch a video and please let me know if you can hear, and if it's glitching, just immediately tell me, please, so I can correct the situation, or at least try to. Okay, so now we're gonna learn about parallel lines, okay? I'm just gonna leave it to the video to explain because I'm feeling a bit tired of explaining.
To talk about parallel lines. Parallel lines are like railway lines. They don't have to have the same length, but they are always the same distance apart. Okay, so they can look like this. See, they don't have to have the same length. They can have the same length, but they must be parallel. Always the same distance apart. How would you know if lines are parallel? They will show you by using those arrows. So there's some really interesting stuff that happens when you have parallel lines. For example, if we do these parallel lines like this, if I then draw a line going through, then would you agree with me that this angle here, can you see how open it is?
So guys, just to recap here, parallel lines are lines that never meet, right? They're never gonna, okay, they can meet, they can touch, but they're never going to intersect. That's a better word. They're never gonna cross each other, okay? Have you guys heard of parallel realities? Okay, so that a parallel reality is like, I'm gonna explain it in the best way I know. So it's like you exist right now, right? But there's other versions of you existing right now in the moment, completely different from your reality. So maybe Danny, like right now you are a student learning with us, and in another reality you're in a completely different school learning completely different subjects. In another reality you speak a completely different language, right? You have completely different parents, etc. Okay, so back to parallel lines. These are two lines that never meet, right? They never intersect. And they don't have to be the same distance. They don't have to be the same length, but they will have the same distance between them. So what does that mean? If I have two parallel lines, and if I measure with a ruler from here to here, and from here to here, it's going to be the same thing, okay? Huh?
It is, will be the same as that one over there. It's also open by the same amount. Now I want to see what shape that is. So if I do this, there we go, we can see.
I'm just going to recap because he's going a little bit faster for us.
Example, if we do these parallel lines like this, if I then draw a line going through, then would you agree with me that this angle here, can you see how open it is, will be the same as that one over there? It's also open by the same amount. Now I want to see what shape that is. So if I do this, there we go, we can see almost a F. See, if I do this, that's an upside down F. This one here.
Okay, so let's look at the four different parallel angles that you'll find in a parallel setting, right? So the first one is F, and the second letter is U, And the second letter is N. And N can also look like a Z. So we call it the fun rule, or the fun's rule. And the first one is when I have two parallel lines in this situation. So then this angle and this angle are equal. Do you guys remember what it's called? What kind of angles those are?
Obtuse.
No, they're called corresponding angles, right? And by the way, it's not always, it can be an obtuse angle, it can be an acute angle, it can even be a 90-degree angle, okay? So there's no set measurement of that angle. But corresponding means that it makes an F and both these angles are equal, all right? Equal, corresponding. Let's go on to N. N is a bit easier. So just say we have two parallel lines and we have a line going through them. Now, sometimes guys, you have to really look to see the shape, and we can see that there's sort of a Z formed here, all right? So you have to look for the Z, okay? It's not going to just appear. You have to actually identify it. And then the insides, inner corner of the Z, those angles are equal to each other. And these angles are called alternate angles or alternating angles. Okay, so they're also equal. Now, a Z can look like this, a Z can look like this, it can look slanted, it can be the other way around, doesn't matter, as long as you can identify that. Same thing with an F. Sometimes the Fs look really weird, right? They look like this, or they can look like this, or they can look the other way around. Okay, it just depends on whether you can identify it. Okay, Danny got kicked out of the lesson somehow.
Will be the same as this one.
I'm just going to wait for Danny to come back. Just give it a minute. So guys, while we're waiting for Danny, I'm just curious, in a parallel reality, right, you could be anything. So it's anything you imagine for yourself right now, right here. So do you guys have an idea of what a really great parallel reality would look like for you? And whether you can also...
I'd
Yes.
probably just want it mainly the same, but just like also if I was rich or something.
Oh, that is so interesting, Savannah. So like a teenage prodigy or something. And that actually, do you know that actually exists? And there's actually teachers online that teach how to like switch into that sort of reality. It's actually possible. So yeah, that's actually possible. What about you, Ngwe? What are you doing in another reality right now? You are muted. Maybe in another reality, Ngwe, you instead of a baby sister, you have a baby brother. How would that be? How would that feel? Would it be weird? You wouldn't know the difference though in your other reality. Okay? Yes.
Like a lot of changes.
A lot of changes, like what?
Like it would have like a deep voice.
Ooh, you have a deep voice. Well, you have a mustache as well.
Probably.
Okay. Nice. What about you, Teacher Debbie? What are you doing at Parallel Reality right now?
I don't know, I could be a famous author or a serial killer on the loose. So that's what I could be doing in my alternative universe.
It's either way, hey?
Either way.
Yeah, no. In other realities, we are we are like fighting crime and doing all those crazy things. Maybe we can just switch. Okay, so it looks like Danny is having connectivity issues. So I'm just gonna play the rest of this video and then, yeah, I'll just send him this video to watch on his own.
Over here. Now,
so Savannah, is that making sense so far? The corresponding, the alternate?
Yes, ma'am, I did already cover this, so I know.
Oh, okay.
what shape is that? Well, that's going to form a Z. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, a Z. Now, if this one's 70, and we said that this one over here is the same because of the F, then if we look at this point over here, that is a straight line, so that means that this angle, these two angles must be 180, which means that this one is 110. So then something interesting that happens is that this angle plus this angle will always add up to 180. Now, what shape are those ones forming? Well, they're forming a U. So we've got something like that. So these are the types of shapes you need to look for. You need to look for a shape with an F, a shape with a U, and a shape with a Z or an N. And so always remember, when you're dealing with parallel lines, they are fun. Okay? So
just tell me quickly, Savannah, like how deep into geometry did you go?
I don't know like an exact point, but I covered all of this. I covered theorem of Pythagoras. A little bit further than that, yeah.
Okay. Did you do quadrilaterals?
Yes.
Properties and working out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this time we're gonna focus on that. So you're actually at an advantage because the paper is going to be based on that. Or Teacher Debbie, if you want to change it up, you're welcome to do so. I guess we can chat about that later. But just out of interest, Savannah, like is there anything you want to focus on regarding maths aside from what you're focusing on in tuition?
No, I think that because of the private tutoring, I'm good.
Okay. At least you have that to, lean on and can be a great support. Okay, Danny, are you with us?
Actually not.
Okay.
Open it is will be the same as that one over there. It's also open by the same amount. Now I want to see what shape that is. So if I do this, there we go. We can see almost a F. See, if I do this, that's an upside down F. This one here will be the same as this one over here. Now what shape is that? Well, that's going to form a Z. Okay, so let's keep that in mind, a Z.
Danny, is this making sense?
Yes.
Okay, so remember there's an F, right? And there is a Z, okay?
Now, if this one's 70, and we said that this one over here is the same because of the F, then if we look at this point over here, that is a straight line, so that means that this angle, these two angles must be 180, which means that this one is 110. So then something interesting that happens is that this angle plus this angle will always add up to 180. Now, what shape are those ones forming? Well, they're forming a U. So we've got something like that. So these are the types of shapes you need to look for. You need to look for a shape with an F, a shape with a U, and a shape with a Z or an N. And so always remember, when you're dealing with parallel lines, they are fun. Okay? So if you can remember these three things, you are good. So those lines over there would be parallel, those lines must be parallel, and those lines must be parallel. So then these angles are always equal. These two over here always add up to 180. They are not equal. But then these ones are always going to be equal.
Okay, Danny, I'm going to send you a screenshot of this and I want you to take notes about that. And maybe I'll give you an activity, but do you understand how the U works? So the U is called co-interior angles, right? So if we have a U in a shape, then this angle plus this angle will give you 180 degrees. Just like it kind of reminds me of a supplementary angle. So here is a line, and then if we have an angle, angles on that line, so this angle plus this angle, what does that equal to?
108.
Good. Okay. And what's another word for supplementary? Supplementary angles. So angles on a straight line. Okay, you can either say angles on a straight line equal to 180, or you can say supplementary angles equal to 180. Does that make sense, Danny?
Yeah, yes.
Good.
To each other. The F is called corresponding. In a test, you can't say because of the F. You say corresponding. The U is called co-interior. And then the N or the Z is called alternating. All right, so if I look at this diagram over here, I've got two parallel lines.
Okay, I'm just going back to take a screenshot for you guys. Savannah, you don't have to make notes for this, but Danny, I want you to make some notes because it is
alternating. All right, so if I look at this diagram over here, I've got two parallel lines. How do I know?
Let's do this one together, guys. So we have two parallel lines there, and how do we know it's parallel? Because of this little symbol for parallel. Okay, so, and then we have an intersecting line going through there. Now, can you guys spot the Z?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So the Z is going like this. Remember I said that the Z isn't always going to be a perfect Z. All right. So it's going like this. And then the interior angles of the Z are alternate angles. And alternate angles are equal. So Danny, what will X be equal to? X is equal to 45 degrees, right? Because they are alternate angles. Let's look at another example.
That because of these arrows. If I look at this one now, this angle is...
Okay, guys, another one. So what kind of angles are those? How are we going to find X?
Ma'am, you can find it because they're co-interior angles. You can subtract 120 from 180.
Yes. Okay, so Danny, this is new to you, but just remember these are co-interior angles. What does that mean? When I take this and I add it to this, it gives me 180 degrees. Kind of like supplementary, but they're just not next to each other. That's the difference. Okay. Okay.
There we've got.
So, guys, I think we've gone through a lot of work, so you guys must be quite exhausted today. I know I am. I'm gonna send on the group quickly what I want Danny to copy down for me, and then Savannah, I'm gonna give you a worksheet to do. This is gonna test your knowledge. I also want to see where you're at. So Danny, take that down, please. Ingrid, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yes. Okay, Savannah, so the document that's called Theorem of Pythagoras, I want you to open that and I want you to do for me 3C, number 1, number 2, yeah, number 1 and number 2. Actually, that's too much. Just do number 1 and do number 2.1, 2.2, 2.3 until 2.7. And then when you're done, you can post your work. If you're not done before the lesson, you can do film work. Okay, and Grady, do you need help? Do you need me to mark with you?
No, I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Danny, when you're done taking that down, you can also start with the worksheet. And I just want you to do number 1. Guys, if you need help, just message me. Guys, quickly checking in. Savannah, how far are you?
Ma'am, I'm on question 2.4.
Okay, you can stop for today. Danny, how far are you
Nearly done.
with writing?
Nearly. Yes, I'm right.
Okay, you can do that for homework. Savannah, you can complete the. Actually, don't complete it. Let's wait for Danny. So you don't have to do homework. And then Ingrid, are you done?
I'm on question 9.
Okay. So guys, no homework. Danny just completes the notes, and so for next week the protocol is going to be a bit different. Okay, so Gia and I will come in like just for virtual assemblies here and there, and then to check on you guys, and then also maybe just to like observe, and we'll just be here next week to just be here for Tisha Debbie, and if you guys need help or whatever. And then, yeah, but it will be Tisha Debbie from next week. Okay, guys? So, but we're still here. We're not vanished or going anywhere. We're right here. And we'll still be on the group. So, yeah, you guys have that support. Okay, enjoy the rest of your week. Remember that we don't have school tomorrow. So, yeah, maybe you can sleep in or something. Goodbye.
But
Bye.
See you guys on Monday.
Okay, bye.
Take care, guys.
I will definitely take care.
Will you definitely take care, Gwiri? Ah, he's gone. Bye, Danny.
I'm done already.